the spine. And do this a couple more times. Inhale, feel the belly expand, feel your hand even move away from the spine. And as you exhale, belly contracts just a little bit in and up, and you feel an engagement of the core, and you exhale all the air out. One more time, inhale, feel the belly expand, and then exhale, feel the belly contract. And then taking your left hand to your rib cage. And this time, as you inhale through the belly, continue your inhalation so you feel the ribs expand. And maybe you can even feel that expansion on the side body as well. And then exhale, feel the belly empty, the ribs contract a little bit. You pull the lower ribs in and exhale all the air out. Inhaling, feeling the belly expand, continue your inhalation so you feel the rib cage expand in all directions. And exhale, pull the belly in, the rib cage comes closer to each other and you exhale. And then taking your left hand and put it on your sternum, on your upper chest. And you continue with that breath. Now it's becoming a 3-part breath. You feel the belly expand. You feel the chest, your rib cage expand. And then you continue to feel the chest expand. And as you exhale, feel the belly empty. Feel the rib cage come closer to each other, contracting the entire midsection. And then feeling the lungs empty. Inhale, feel the belly expand, feel the rib cage expand, and feel the chest broaden. Your upper chest gets broader as you inhale. And as you exhale, empty the belly, empty the rib cage, and empty the chest. And then as you do this, just 2 or 3 more times, I want you to start taking your awareness to your back body as well. Notice that the breath just doesn't happen in the front side. So I want you to really feel the expansion in the back body as well. Inhaling, feel the belly expand. Maybe you even feel it in the lumbar spine a little bit. And continue inhaling, and your rib cage all the way around you, 360 degrees. Feel that expand, get broader. And then the chest, the same thing. So your thoracic spine, the upper back broadens, the chest expands, and then exhale, empty. And do this one more time on your own. The inhalation allows you to expand the belly, the rib cage, the chest, and the exhalation empties the belly, empties the rib cage, empties the chest. And just pause here for a moment. Notice the effects of this 3-part breathing in your body and the mind, perhaps. As you slow down the breath, the mind slows down as well. The word attention comes from a Latin word called meaning to extend. So what you're doing, you're extending your awareness, you're extending your ability to focus. And then slowly begin to open your eyes, and you're going to come up onto tabletop pose. So I'm going to move back to my mat here. So come up to tabletop pose, please. If you need to, you can always put a blanket underneath the knees for some cushioning. Come up here, please. There you go. I need to move my dog out of the way, otherwise she hugs the whole mat. And then bringing your hands down, and notice that your hands are directly underneath, your wrists are directly underneath the shoulders, and the knees are directly underneath the hips. And as you inhale, I want you to just lift the chest up. So normally we lift the tailbone up too, but keep the tailbone neutral, and you're just going to move the chest up. Inhale. And as you exhale, just round the upper back. So the pelvis stays neutral. You're just isolating the upper back, your thoracic spine from the lumbar spine. Inhale, lift the chest up. And exhale, just round the upper back. Press down firmly through the base of all 10 fingers. Inhale, lift the chest up. And exhale, round the upper back. One more time, please. Inhaling the chest up. And exhaling, round the upper back. And then bringing your upper back to neutral. Notice if the shoulders moved up to the ears, can you rotate the shoulders up and protract the bottom of your shoulder blades down the back? Now we're going to do the same movement, except we're going to focus on the pelvis. So as you inhale, lift the tailbone up, let your belly drop towards the earth. And as you exhale, pull the belly in. Now round the low back. Your upper back stays the same. Inhaling, lift the hips up, lift the tailbone up. Exhaling, pull the belly in and tuck your tailbone. Really round the low back now. And one more time, please, on your own. Inhale, lift the hips up, lift the tailbone up towards the sky. Let the belly soften towards the earth. And exhale, pull the lower belly in, round the lower back. And this time, as you're ready, come back to the middle. Take your left leg out to the side, please. And we're going to now focus on bringing your awareness to the upper body again. So the hips stay the same. And all I want you to do is inhale, lift the chest up and pause here. And then exhale, pull the chest in, round the upper back, tuck the chin. Really tuck the chin. Feel the expansion in the back of your neck. Feel the back of your neck getting longer. Inhaling, lifting the chest up. And exhaling, bringing the chin to your chest and round the upper back. So the pelvis stays neutral. Inhaling, one more time, lifting the chest up. And exhaling, pull the chest in, tuck the chin. And then bring your spine to neutral. Walk your hands to your knees, please. And you're going to come up on your knees. So that left leg is extended out to the side. You're on your right knee. And as you inhale, raise the right arm all the way up and over and stretch out that entire right side. So I'm just going to turn towards you so you can see me. Inhale, reach the right arm all the way up and over. Now you're feeling the stretch all the way in that entire right side. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. And then lifting your arm all the way back up, soften that shoulder. Now I want you to round your back a little bit so your right fingertips reach towards your left toes. You see how we did this? Right fingertips reaching towards the left toes. And then inhaling, circle the arm all the way back and out to the side corner of the wall. And exhaling, fingertips come towards the toes. And one more time, inhale, inhale, inhale. Feel the expansion on both sides, like you're reaching the right fingertips all the way up as your toes reach out to the side. And then bring that arm back down. Good. Bringing your hands back down to the earth. Draw that left knee down towards the earth, back in your tabletop pose. And then extend that right leg out to the side. And as you do, keep the spine neutral, keep the pelvis neutral, and you're just going to lift the chest up. So you're bringing your awareness to the thoracic spine, to the upper back. And then tuck the chin and round the upper back. Inhaling, lifting the chest up. Exhaling, tucking the chin, round the upper back. And one more time, really inhale, allow the chest to open. Remember, attention is to extend. And exhale, round the upper back. And then pause here for a moment. Really round through the upper back. Let the back of the neck get long. Let your chin come to your chest. And then with the next inhalation, you're going to bring your spine back to neutral, walk your hands to your knee, and you're going to come up on your knee so that your right leg is extended, and then you're standing on your left knee. Inhale, reaching the left arm all the way up, and exhale, fold over to the right. So this is called the gate pose, and it really allows you to stretch open that entire left side. Now make sure that that shoulder is not coming up to the ear. Bring the shoulder blade down your back. Inhale. Exhale, coming all the way back up, and then take the left fingertips towards the right toes. Inhaling, extend, as if you're, you just had a great performance, and you're bowing down to the audience, and then you're lifting up and extending out to the word. Inhale and exhale, bow down, and then all the way back up. And one more time, please. Inhale, bow down, except you're bowing down to your own great self, and then exhale up. Bringing your hands all the way back down to the earth. Bring that right leg back in. And then we're gonna take that right arm out to the side. Inhale, take your gaze to your left fingertips. And as you exhale, thread that right arm underneath the body and bring your right ear, the right side of your face, down to the floor. So as you stay here, I want you to really allow the right side of your face to really melt down towards the earth. Feel the support of the earth underneath that right side of the face. If the floor is too far, you can always put a block under your face so that you have something to rest on. And then notice that the tendency is to lean to one side. So maybe you're leaning over to the right side a little too much. Can you bring your weight back to the center so that your weight is equally distributed between the right knee and the left knee? And take a deep breath in. Feel the expansion, just like you did at the beginning of the class, breathing into the upper back. Feel the expansion on that upper back. Feel the breath extending from the left shoulder all the way to the right shoulder. And then your next inhalation is going to bring you back to the center, putting your right hand down, back onto tabletop pose. Inhale, lift the left fingertips all the way up to the sky. Keep your gaze to your right fingertips. And then as you exhale, thread the left arm underneath your body. Bring the left side of your face down to the earth. And again, see how you can actually rest your left side of your body onto the floor. So let the left jaw melt, let the left ear melt down to the floor, and then have your weight equally distributed between both knees, so you're not leaning onto one side. Take a nice deep breath in, feel the expansion on the back body, especially your thoracic spine. Inhale. And then exhale. With your next inhalation, you're going to come back to the center, putting your hands back down to the earth. And I'd like you to take your right leg back behind you. Keep the right toes tucked on the floor. And as you keep the right toes tucked on the floor, pull the belly in, engage the core. You're going to press firmly through the bottom of all 10 fingers. And then also your toes, your right toes are pressing down on the floor. And all you're going to do is round the back so you pick up the left knee, maybe about 5 inches off the ground. Inhale, exhale, lower that left knee down. Lift the chest up, inhale, lift the tailbone up. Exhale, pull the belly in, tuck everything in, tuck the tailbone, and then press down firmly to lift that left knee off the ground, maybe 5 inches. Inhaling, coming back to the center. So now we're really integrating the core into this pose. Lift the chest up, inhale, and then exhale, pull the belly in, round the back, and press firmly to lift the left knee off the ground. Pause here for a moment. And then as you exhale, bring that left knee down. Bring the right knee next to the left knee. Extend the left leg behind you. Tuck the left toes under. Press down through the base of all 10 fingers. Press your left toes down on the floor. Inhale, lift the chest up to the front. Lift the tailbone up. Exhale, pull the belly in around the back. And then press down so much so that that right knee comes off the floor. Maybe 4 or 5 inches. Inhaling, lowering the foot down, lifting the chest up. And exhale, pull the belly in round the back and lift that right knee off the floor. And one more time. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Send the tailbone up to the sky. Lift the chest open. Exhale, round the back, pull the belly in, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, and then press down so much that that right knee becomes light and you lift it off the ground. Inhaling, lift up, and exhaling, bring that left knee down to the earth, right next to the right knee, and then child's pose. Come down to child's pose for a moment. Maybe you like to stack your fingertips and put your forehead on your stacked fingertips. And just rest here for a moment. As you inhale, feel the back body expand. And as you exhale, feel your breath traveling all the way to your tailbone. And do this one more time, please. Your inhalation is going to feel the back body expand. And exhale, feel the pelvis becoming softer so you can really allow the pelvis to melt down towards your heels. And with your next inhalation, lift the chest up, walk your hands back to your knees, tuck your toes under, and you're gonna just remove the blanket. If you have a blanket under your knees, remove that to the side, and you're gonna come up to the top of your mat. As you come up to the top of your mat, have your feet be hip-width apart. And just look down and make sure that the toes are pointing straight ahead. The knees are aligned with the toes. So our tendency is to usually stand with our toes out. I'd like you to make sure that your toes and knees are pointing straight forward towards the front. Inhale, reach the fingertips all the way up to the sky. And then engage the core, lift the chest up, keep the arms overhead. And I'd like you to slowly begin to come halfway down, just halfway. So you're not going all the way. Let the back of the neck be long. And then your inhalation is going to lift the arms back up. If you need to here, please feel free to bend the knees. Inhaling, lifting the chest up, bend the knees slightly. Exhale, come halfway down. So now you're really using all the muscles in your back, the multifidus muscles, the strong muscles alongside your spine. Inhaling, lifting the chest up into Urdhva Hastasana. Exhaling, bend the knees slightly and bring your body, your torso, halfway down. So your torso becomes parallel to the earth. Inhaling one more time, all the way up. Exhaling, just halfway down. As you come halfway down, bring your hands to the top of your thighs and soften the shoulders up and away from your ears. Lift the chest up, inhale, and then exhale, folding forward all the way down. As you fold forward, you can bring your hands behind your head, or maybe you can grab opposite elbows, but keep the knees bent. Especially in this pose, if you keep your knees bent, you really protect your low back. So take care of your low back, and then if you like to, you can sway a little bit side to side. Take a nice deep breath in. Make sure that the neck is long. So if you didn't drop your head, the tendency is to lift the head up here. Let the head completely drop like it's a ripe tomato. And then inhale and exhale. Bring your hands all the way down to the earth. Step your right foot back, your left foot back, come to top of the push-up, inhale, and then exhale, bring your knees down to the earth, bring your chest down to the earth, and your chin down to the earth, and then your forehead down all the way to the earth. Your hands are right next to your chest. Take your shoulder blades and rotate them all the way up and back down behind you. And as you're ready, press down firmly to the top of your feet, press your hips down to the earth, and inhale, begin to lift the chest up into a low cobra. Exhaling, lower down one vertebrae at a time. Inhaling, lifting the chest up. Exhaling, lower down. And one more time, inhaling, lifting the chest up. Pause here. Maybe you're ready and you like to lift up just a little bit higher, but keep the shoulders away from the ears and keep the elbows bent as you press down through your pelvis. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down to the earth. Tuck your toes under. Press yourself back up on all fours, and then lifting the hips up to downward facing dog. And as you come into your downward facing dog, inhale, lift that right leg all the way up behind you. And exhale, lower it down. Inhaling, lifting the left leg all the way up behind you. And exhale, lower down. And then walk your feet all the way to your hands. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhaling, reach up all the way. Reach up. Exhaling, hands come to the heart center. Bend your knees deep. Inhaling, lift the arms all the way up into chair pose. And exhaling, bring your rib cage to your thighs and reach your fingertips back behind you. Inhaling, lifting the fingertips all the way up. Exhaling into airplane pose. And one more time, inhaling, lifting the fingertips up. Pause here for a moment. Let the chest lift up. Exhaling, airplane pose, reach back behind you. And then as you stay in your airplane pose, can you shift your weight over to the left and maybe pick up that right heel just an inch off the ground, and then lower the heel down. Shift your weight over to the right and pick up the left heel off the ground and lower that down. And one more time, side to side. Right heel comes up, lower it down. Left heel comes up, lower it down. And then inhaling, lifting the torso all the way back up into chair pose. Exhaling, bringing your hands to your heart center. Pause here in your Tadasana for a moment, lifting the chest up, finding the four corners at the bottom of your feet. And then with your next inhalation, take that left leg way back behind you. Turn your left toes 45-degree angle. Your right toes are facing forward. And step your right foot out to the right side a little bit and left foot out to the left side a little bit. And as you inhale, reach the fingertips all the way up, and exhale, bend the right knee. So now we're gonna move back and forth with this into warrior one. And as you exhale, begin to straighten the knee, the right knee, and reach the fingertips forward. So just like we did at the beginning of the class, when your feet were closer to each other. Inhaling, lifting the torso up, bend the right knee. Exhaling, straighten the right knee and fold halfway forward, just halfway. You're not going all the way down. Inhaling the fingertips all the way up, bend the right knee. Keep that left leg nice and strong the entire time. Exhale, press down through your right heel, straighten the right knee, and reach your fingertips forward to the front wall. So your back, you're using all the important muscles in your back. Inhaling, lifting up, bend the right knee. Exhaling, straighten the knee and reach the fingertips forward. Now stay here for a moment. Bring your hands behind you and reach the fingertips towards the back wall. Take a nice deep breath in. Now, as you bend that right knee, reach the left fingertips forward. And then as you straighten the right knee, reach the right fingertips forward, left fingertips back. So we'll alternate side to side, bending the right knee, left fingertips forward, straighten the right knee, right fingertips forward. These are all creating, new neural paths. So it's actually really good for your brain exercise. Just moving through these poses, it's just not just physical practice, but it actually strengthens all your brain neural paths as well, creating new paths, creating new learning abilities. And then this time, as you bend your knees, bend your right knee, bring both hands forward and lift your torso all the way up. Inhale, exhale, bringing your hands to your heart center and step your left foot to meet the right. Very nice. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale, taking your right foot back behind you. Step your left foot out to the left a little bit and right foot out to the right a little bit. So you're not standing on a tightrope, you're actually on a train track. Inhale, reach the fingertips all the way up, bend the left knee. And then exhale, straighten the left knee and reach both fingertips to the front wall. Inhaling, using the back muscles, lift the fingertips up, bend the left knee. Exhale, press down through the left heel and then straighten that left knee and reach the fingertips forward. Inhaling, lift up, bend the left knee, reach up. Exhaling, moving with your own breath. So it doesn't matter how fast or how slow you go through these motions. I want you to really allow the breath to move you from one pose to another. And even the transitions are part of the pose. So transitioning from one pose to another, it's not just a transition, but it's actually part of the pose. I want you to think about those as being an important part of this pose. And then next time you come forward, pause here. Reach your left arm back behind you, reaching the right fingertips in front. Bend the left knee. Inhale. And then exhale, straighten the knee and reach and switch arms. Inhaling, bending the left knee, reaching the right fingertips forward, left fingertips back. Exhale, straighten the left knee, right fingertips back, left fingertips forward. And then switching sides one more time, bend the left knee, right fingertips forward. Exhale, straighten the left knee, right fingertips back, left fingertips forward. And one more time, please. Inhale and exhale. And next time you come forward, bending the left knee, reach all fingertips forward. And then with your inhalation, you're going to lift the torso all the way up, back into your warrior two. Warrior one, exhale, bringing your hands to your heart and step your right foot to meet the left. And just pause here for a moment. Close your eyes and notice the change in your body. Notice all the energy you've created in your body, all this beautiful flow of energy. The purpose of yoga is to allow any kind of stagnated energy to move. So inhaling, reach all the way back up, Urdhva Hastasana. Pause here for a moment. And as you reach your fingertips up, I want you to really feel the extension on both sides. So the reason we're reaching our fingertips up is so that you can allow the lungs to expand and you're lifting the diaphragm up at the same time. Inhale. Exhale, begin to fold forward from your hips all the way down to the earth. Inhaling halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling, fold forward, Uttanasana, and take your left leg back, your right leg back, come to top of the push-up. Take one deep breath in top of the push-up, and then as you exhale, bend your knees, bring your chest down, your chin down, and then inhale, sliver up into a low cobra. And exhale, we're gonna go back to child's pose. And then hold here in your child's pose for a moment. Let your big toes come together. Let your knees be wide apart from each other. And as you stay here in your child's pose, take a deep breath in and exhale. Let your forehead rest on the floor. Inhale. And then exhale. Next time you're coming all the way back up, bring your knees back in so they're parallel to each other. Your toes are parallel to each other. Tuck your toes under and then lift the knees off the ground. So you're back into the top of the push-up. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, press up into downward facing dog. And then this time as you inhale, lift the right leg all the way back up. And exhale, step that right foot in between your hands and bring the left knee down to the earth. So you come into a low lunge. And then walk your fingertips to the left of your right foot. So you're kind of going out to the side this way. And lean your hips back behind you. Take a nice deep breath in. Feel the opening in that right hip as well as the left hip flexor. Inhale. And exhale, bring your hands all the way back to your mat. Take your left hand on the inside of that right foot. Take your right hand to the outside of the right knee. Press your right hand to your knee as you're pressing your knee to your hand. Inhale, elongate your spine. And exhale, go into a twist on the right. So twisting your torso to the right. As you're pressing your right hand on your right knee and your knee to your hand, I want you to create traction. Using that traction, you can twist a little bit deeper. Inhale and exhale. And then your next inhalation is going to release you, bringing your right hand all the way down to the earth. Tuck your toes under, tuck your back toes under. And I'd like you to take your hips back to your heel. So you come into this kind of a half split Ardha Hanumanasana. Flex that right foot. And just like we did just two poses before, take your hands and walk them all the way to the outside of your mat. So your hands are kind of like in a downward dog pose and your legs are in half split. And then lean onto that right side. So you really feel a good stretch, not only in the hamstring of the right side, but also on that right hip. Soften the shoulders away. Take a nice deep breath in. If you flex the right foot, you'll feel a stretch in the Achilles tendon and the gastroc, the calf muscles. Inhale. And exhale, begin to bend that right knee. Walk your fingertips all the way back to the center. Tuck your left toes under. Pick up the left knee off the ground. And then slowly and mindfully taking that right leg all the way back up into three-legged dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling, float the left leg way up there. And exhale, draw the knee to your chest and step your left foot in between your hands. Bring your right knee down to the earth. And then walk your fingertips on the inside of that left foot. And you take it all the way off your mat. So as you plant your hands down, lean onto that left side. When you do this, you really feel a great stretch in the left hip and the left QL muscles in the left low back. Lean back onto that side. Take a nice deep breath in. Feel the stretch in the quadricep in that right side. Inhale. Exhale, coming back to the center, walking your fingertips back in. Bring your right hand on the inside of that left foot and your left hand to the outside of the left knee. And as you inhale, press your knee into your hand as your hand is pressing onto that knee. Elongate the spine and exhale, begin your twist over to the left. Take a nice deep breath in. Shoulders are always soft away from the ears. Exhale. And one more time, please. Inhale, lift the chest up and exhale, rotate. And then your next inhalation is going to bring you all the way back to the center. Exhale, begin to take your hips back to your heel, flex the left foot. Really flex the left foot so you can feel the stretch all the way from Achilles tendon through the back of the calves, through your hamstring. Walk your hands once again to the inside of that left foot and then walk him all the way off your mat and lean onto that left side. Lean into that left hip. And as you do, not only will you feel a stretch in the hamstring, but also on the outside of that left hip. So your hands are flat on the floor if you can get them in a downward facing dog pose, and your legs are in a half split. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, slowly begin to walk your fingertips all the way back in. Bend your knees to come into your low lunge. Tuck your right toes under, pick up the right knee off the ground, and then float that left leg way up behind you, three-legged dog and downward facing dog. And as you come into your down dog, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, coming back to top of the push-up. Inhale here, and as you exhale, bring your knees down, your chest down, your chin down, and lift up into a low cobra. Inhale. And exhale, press back up into tabletop pose and lift your hips all the way back up. And then pause here for a moment. You can bend your knees deep and lift the sitting bones up to the sky. So really press the earth away with your fingers, with your hands. And then as you do, can you rotate the triceps away from each other as the forearms come towards each other. Pull the belly in so you can narrow the rib cage. Inhale. And at the bottom of your exhalation, begin to walk your hands to your feet. Inhaling halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling, fold forward, Uttanasana. Every time you fold forward, let the head go. Drop the head so that the back of the neck becomes long. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips, and with a long spine, come all the way up to a stand. All the way up. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. Take a big step up with your right foot. So maybe about 2 or 3 feet in front of you. Inhale, raise the arms up, bend both knees. And then exhale, straighten the knees and lower the arms down. Inhaling, the arms go up, bending both knees. Exhaling, straighten both knees and straighten lower the arms. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, lower down. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, lower down. Nice and slow. Inhaling, reaching all the way up. And exhaling, all the way up. I don't think that's my fault because I have it on Do not disturb. Inhaling, reach all the way up. Exhaling, lower down. And then pause here for a moment. With your inhalation, begin to bring your hands to your heart center. Lean forward just slightly. And then maybe pick up that left foot off the ground. Maybe a foot or 2 feet. Depends on you. So you come into this version of sorry, I lost the train of thought. You come into this version of warrior three pose. Take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale, slowly come on up, bringing your left foot right next to the right foot. Taking a big step forward with your left foot. If you need to, you can back up a little bit so that you're on your mat. Inhale, raise the arms up, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten the knees, bringing your hands down. Inhaling, reach up, bend the knees. Exhaling, straighten the knees, lower the hands. Inhaling, reach up, bend the knees. Exhaling, straighten the knees, lower the hands. Inhaling, reach up, bend the knees. Exhaling, straighten the knees, lower the hands. And then this time, as you bend the knees, reach all the way up. Inhale, exhale, bringing your hands to your heart center. Begin to lean forward. And as you lean forward, you can press down through the bottom of that left foot, and your right foot becomes lighter, so you can pick it up into this version of warrior three. And then here too, can you create a back bend? So make sure the back is not rounded. You're lifting the chest up. That right foot doesn't have to come up all the way up. The point is to really create balance, right? So you're working on your balance right here. You're working in the strength in that left leg, keeping that right leg nice and straight. Inhale and exhale. Bring your right foot right next to your left. Inhaling, reach up, and exhaling, fold forward. Here's your other opportunity again to let the head go. Each time you're folding forward, let the head get long. Let the back, top of your head down towards the floor, as if you're emptying everything that just happened or didn't happen. You're letting go of anything that doesn't serve you anymore. And then inhale, bringing your hands to your hips, and slowly begin to lift your torso all the way up. Take a nice deep breath in and step your left foot way back behind you. And then I'd like you to come into the long way of your mat, please. Turn your toes out, your heels in. Your hands can stay on your hips. As you inhale, begin to bend your knees. So here, I'd really like you to be mindful so that the knees are not coming forward. See how this creates instability in the knees? I'd like you to press your knees out to the side so they're perfectly aligned with the toes. This is really, really important. And then lengthen the tailbone down towards the floor. Inhale. Reach the fingertips all the way up. And exhale, straighten the knees and bring your hands to the heart center. Inhaling, lift up, bend the knees, reach the fingertips up into victory. Exhaling, bringing the hands to the heart center as you straighten the knees. And one more time, inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands to the heart center. This time, turn your toes in, your heels out. Bringing your hands behind you as if you have pockets in your back. Inhale, reach the chest all the way up. And then exhale, you're going to fold forward. And as you fold forward, bring your hands all the way down to the earth. Walk your fingertips forward. And as if you're in downward facing dog, but your legs are wide apart from each other. And then lean back. Now let the head go, so that you're really lifting your sitting bones up towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale and inhale. Keep breathing. The most important thing is to have your breath move you. And then slowly begin to walk your fingertips back in between your legs. Have your right hand right underneath your face. So your hand is along with your nose. Take your left hand to your left hip crease And as you elongate the spine, inhale and exhale, begin your twist over to the left. And then it doesn't really matter how far you go. I want you to have your arm extend out to the side so that it's perfectly aligned with your chest. So it really doesn't matter if your arm is reaching all the way up to the sky. Really, this pose is about twisting from the thoracic spine, from your upper back. Inhale and exhale, lower that left hand down. So now the left hand is directly aligned with your nose. Bring your right hand to your hip first. Inhale, make the spine long, and exhale, twist over to the right. And then as you twist over to the right, you can extend the arm out to the side. It really is not that important how high you go. I rather you really focus, take your awareness to your thoracic spine, so you're twisting from your upper back, not your lumbar spine. Inhale and exhale, lower down. And we're going to do this side to side, inhaling, lifting the left arm up, exhaling, lower, inhaling, lifting the right arm up, exhaling, lower, inhaling, lifting the left arm up, exhale, lower, inhaling the right arm up, exhale, lower, and last one on both sides, just to get even, all the way down, and then the right arm up, and exhale, lower. And then let the head completely drop. You can walk your fingertips all the way between your legs, or maybe you like to bring your hands to the outside of your ankles. And as you do, let the shoulder blades down your back. So again, you're protracting your shoulder blades down the back. Your shoulders, heads are moving away from your ears. This is one of my favorite upside down poses. So even if you're not standing on your head or your hands, but you're really getting the benefits of an inversion in this pose. So stay here for another minute. Let the head go. Exhale. And then slowly coming all the way back up. Heel to your foot together. And you're just going to sit all the way down. So as you sit down, extend your legs to the front, please. Bend your knees. Take your arms out to the side. Inhale. And as you exhale, thread your arms underneath your legs. So imagine that your rib cage and your thighs are best friends, and they've been social distancing for a long time and they haven't seen each other. So they're really happy to be able to finally hug each other. So I want you to really keep the rib cage glued to your thighs. And then as you do, you can begin to slide the heels away from your hips as much as you want to. But the minute you see that the ribs are coming off the thighs, back off. So go only as far as you can, keeping the rib cage on the thighs. And wherever that is for you, just let the head drop. Take a nice deep breath in. Feel the breath traveling all the way to your back body, all the way to your tailbone. And exhale, slowly begin to release. Inhale. And exhale. Now with your next inhalation, slowly roll up, putting your feet flat on the floor, and roll all the way down on your back, please. As your feet are flat on the floor, bring your heels a little bit closer to your hips. So maybe your fingertips can graze your heels a little at a time. And then turn your palms up, please, here. So lift one shoulder up and tuck that left shoulder blade underneath the lungs, and then lift the other shoulder blade up and tuck it underneath the lungs so that there's space for the neck. Turn the palms up, press down through the bottom of both feet, and with your inhalation, begin to lift the hips off the ground into bridge pose. And exhale, lower down one vertebrae at a time. And let's just do this dynamic bridge 2 more times. Inhaling, lifting the hips up into bridge pose. And exhaling, lower down one vertebrae at a time. And one more time, please. Inhaling to bridge pose. And exhaling down. And this time, as you lift up, you're going to stay in your bridge pose. Now here, as you stay in your bridge pose, really press down through the bottom of both feet. And as you do, the femur, rectus femoris muscles, your thigh bone, the thigh muscles are gonna get energized. So I'd like you to lift your hips up a little bit as you melt the rib cage down. So your hips are higher than your chest. And your gaze is straight up towards the sky. Try not to turn your head. I know this is difficult because you're probably trying to watch me, but I'd like you to take your gaze up towards the sky and not turn your head in this pose. Take a nice deep breath in. Stay here for 2 more nice deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. And one more time. Inhale and exhale, and then lower down one vertebrae at a time, please. And then bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open wide out to the side into Supta Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly pose. Bring your right hand to your belly, your left hand to your chest, just like you did at the beginning of the class. And we're going to do that 3-part breathing in this pose. So as you inhale, let your belly expand. The navel moves away from the spine. Let your rib cage expand, and then let your chest expand. And as you exhale, let the belly empty, let the rib cage contract a little bit, and exhale, empty the chest. Inhale, expanding the belly. The rib cage expands, broaden the chest, and exhale, empty the belly, empty the chest, and empty the collarbones. And do this 1 more time. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Continue breathing till you feel the chest expand. And as you exhale, empty the belly, empty the rib cage, and empty the chest. And then you can release the arms out to the side. Bring your knees towards each other. Draw the right knee to your chest. Interlace your fingers around the shin. Begin to rotate that right ankle all the way one way and rotate it all the way the other way. And then extend that right leg straight up to the sky. Maybe you can slide your hands up to your calves. Maybe your hands stay in your hamstring. That's perfectly fine. But I'd like you to maybe point and flex that foot. Maybe rotating the ankle. And then take the outside edge of that right foot on the left thigh. And you feel a good stretch here, stay. Otherwise, you can pick up the left foot off the ground and thread the needle into figure 4 pose. And then rock a little bit side to side. And wherever you're feeling the most stretch, stay there. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Very nice. And then slowly begin to bring that left foot all the way back down to the earth. Extend the right leg straight up to the sky. Point the toe, and then slowly and mindfully begin to lower that right leg all the way down to the earth. Take your time, there is no rush. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And then once you do, just pause here for a moment. Notice what's happening in that right hip. Notice the sensations all over your body. Bending the right foot, right knee, put the right foot flat on the floor, draw the left knee towards your chest, grab whatever feels comfortable. So for some people like to grab your hamstring, some like shin, but draw the knee to your chest and then rotate that left ankle and rotate it the opposite direction. And then slowly begin to straighten the leg. You can grab your calf under or your whatever is accessible to you. So maybe you can glide your hands all the way to your ankle, or maybe just hamstring is fine for today. Inhale, point the toe. Exhale, flex the foot. Rotate the ankle one more time. And then reverse the rotation. And next time your toes are pointing up towards the sky, slowly, 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 as if you're trying to make that leg a little bit longer, begin to bring that leg all the way down to the floor. Take your time very, very slowly and mindfully, and then gently land all the way down. Extend both legs straight out. Pause here for a moment. If you like to do a twist, you're my guest. You please feel free to do a twist if that feels good. We've done several twists in this practice already, but if you feel like you want to end the class with a twist, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, you can come into your final pose, Shavasana. So take your time, whatever you choose to do. If you are ready to be in your Shavasana, let your legs rest comfortably on the floor and begin to take your awareness to your bones. So I want you to really feel your heels. One of the most, that's where they test you for your calcium. So really feel the heaviness, the density of your heels, and feel them being melted on the floor. Feel as if you're growing roots from your heels all the way to the center of the earth. And then bring your awareness to your hips and feel the density, the heaviness in your hips. Feel your hips melting. Feel as if you can grow roots all the way to the center of the earth from your hips. And then feel the back of your shoulders. Feel the spaces in your shoulders that is touching the mat underneath you. And feel the heaviness, the density in the shoulder blades, feeling as if you're growing roots all the way from your shoulder blades down to the center of the earth. And then feel the heaviness of the skull, the back of your skull resting comfortably on the floor. Feel the density of the scalp, growing roots all the way down to the center of the earth. And then feel how the earth can embrace you from underneath. Feeling the support underneath you, the groundedness beneath you, feeling your connection to the earth, and then rest. Rest here knowing that you are connected, you're supported, and you're guided in your life. Let your eyes fall shut. Let your breath be completely natural. There's absolutely nothing you need to do at this moment. You can stay here for as long as you like to. There is no rush. This is your practice. If you want to stay here for another 10 minutes, please feel free to do that. If you're ready to move on with the rest of your day, gently begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. And then feel the sensation or pulsation in the palms of your hands, in the bottom of your feet. Slowly you begin to wiggle your toes and fingertips, waken up your body. And then inhaling through both nostrils, exhale out through the left nostril. Inhaling through both nostrils, exhale out to the right. And notice which nostril you're breathing out of a little bit easier as you draw your knees to your chest. Roll over to that side and pause for a moment, please. And then as you're ready with this strength in your top arm, press yourself to a comfortable seat, bringing your hands to your heart center and bow your head to your own heart. Cultivating love, compassion, appreciation, and gratitude to yourself for creating the time